White and black children now score roughly the same on a key education test in the UK, indicating that teachers there are doing a good job of creating genuine equality in the school system. Well done, educators. But it also showed something else. White kids and black kids were significantly behind South Asian youngsters, and the findings showed that teenage Chinese girls left everyone else in the dust in a spectacular fashion. Extraordinary findings were revealed in a UK study of Key Stage 4 data. Now, this looked at results across 8 exam subjects of young people at the age of about 16, and it was on a scale of 0 to 90, and the results came from the academic year 2020 to 2021. Now, the unusual thing about this survey is that it cross-referenced ethnic origins with the exam scores. White females and black females scored almost the same, with the black females slightly ahead. White males and black males also produced almost identical scores, with the white males fractionally in front. But all 4 groups had results between 46 and 54. That suggests a reasonable amount of uniformity. But all these groups were well behind the scores of Asians and Chinese. In this survey, the word Asian was used to indicate South Asians. So the Asian category featured Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis and similar groups. Now, they scored between 53 and 58.7, so higher than the white and black youngsters. Yet, the most extraordinary finding of this study by the UK government was the average scores of Chinese students. Both males and females were way out in front of all other groups, with the boys at 67.4 and the girls achieving an astonishing general grade of 70.8. What does this mean? This means, of course, well, first, A, women should be running the world. If you look at the scores overall, you'll note that girls beat boys in every ethnic group. And B, the girls will do a great job, especially if you put Asian women on top of the heap. I hear some of you say, well, academic excellence is not everything. There are many other important skills. You know, that is true. But if we look at other measures of key skills, such as, the ability to create and manage relationships, for example, well, girls are even further out in front. So I think there's no real argument against putting the girls in charge of everything as soon as possible. One other thing, if you go through the data with a fine-tooth comb, it also reveals that the category of white Irish scores significantly higher than white British. Now, the British for decades have made jokes about how stupid the Irish are, so I think an apology may be needed there, lads. Now, I hasten to add a few disclaimers to this report. First, the data comes from the British government, but the conclusion that women should be running the world, well, that's entirely mine. Second, don't write to me talking about, exceptions like, Liz Truss, saying that, Liz Truss should not be running the world. Of course she shouldn't. Identifying exceptions doesn't overturn a specific statistical generalization. And third, this data doesn't say anything about whether it's genetics or culture, and where gender comes into it. My gut feeling is that it's probably almost entirely culture. Asians tend to be more focused on educational achievement, and Chinese girls, they're so well behaved and they perform extraordinarily well at school. I've done so many school visits; they really do stand out. Now, if you want to check the data for yourself, I'll provide a link. But in the meantime, be nice to Chinese girls. One day, I suspect they'll be running the world. Peace.